want to do a camp? When I was thinking about it, I was like, are people actually going to show up? Are the kids actually going to show up?
A lot of people don't understand the stress of a training camp, having a fight, and then literally touching down and being like, well, it's the week that we have to make this thing pop.
It was just crazy because I just saw them digging in the trash can, and it was just like, people, like you said, people walking past them. And I was just like, I just wanted to walk up and talk to them like, you good?
My boy, what's going on, bro?
It was good, Brody.
Good, man. How you feeling?
Feeling great.
I feel like we're back in the place that you don't only train, but we also had the Dream in Motion camp here, right, a few weeks ago. So with that being said, I feel like it was a great turnout for not only you, your organization, but for the city as well, right? So I know you wanted to sit down and have a little bit of a post-interview just to let people know about not only your organization, but the kickoff, as we could start off the why behind why you did it. So I would say, let's start there, right? How did this even come to fruition? What made you want to do this?
Well, me and my team, yourself, my mentors, we had a conversation like, what do you want outside of boxing? And it's like, my mission, even since like 5th grade elementary school, has always been community involvement and things like that. And now that I'm in this position as an Olympic bronze medalist and a professional boxer that's now 3-0, it's like, I want to inspire. That was the whole mission. Inspire who? The younger generation that's coming up. So you put into play, all right, do you want to do a camp? When I was thinking about it, I was like,
it's a lot that goes into it.
It's a lot that goes into it, and it's like, are people actually going to show up? Are the kids actually going to show up? And as I'm looking at the sign-up sheet, I'm like, oh, we got to close this down. The gym gonna be packed out. So it's like, man, the whole goal was to inspire, because when they see somebody like me, it shows that anything is tangible and possible. And
I mean, with that, right, because you could have had way more kids that signed up, so you kept it to a low supply, high demand, because now when the next one comes around, more people are going to want to sign up.
Right.
With you coming back, right, usually I know your mind says you probably take a day off, but you're back in the gym working out. What made it so important that coming literally right back off the plane that you had to get this camp done? You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of people don't understand the stress of a training camp, having a fight, and then literally touching down and being like, well, it's the week that we have to make this thing pop. So what was that for you that made you feel like, all right, we're touching down, but I'm not going into training right now. I'm gonna do this camp.
Yeah, while I had the time off, it's like I pretty much, like you said, get right back to training. But it's like, let me take this week or so off. And as soon as I got back, it was pretty much getting everything gathered. We had to do meetings. We had to make sure everything was going according to how we wanted it to go. And it's like, while I have this time off, let's get this camp out the way. And it was just so important, because I just felt like the kids needed it. I needed something like this growing up, and I did have a program when I did grow up like this, and I knew how important and what uniform meant and what discipline meant. So to show the kids that, I felt like it was necessary.
So no, man, I feel like that's amazing, because you give kids hope, but you also let them see the work ethic that you have, right? And to understand that I'm going to take the time to give back when I could be resting, because we know that potentially you do have another fight coming up soon. You know what I mean? So instead of resting and getting back to training, I'm giving back to my community, which I feel like is great. And to segue, right, based off that, you did have support from your community, right? A lot of people showed up, sponsors, things of that nature. How did you feel having, of course, Matchroom, not specifically as a sponsor, but allowing them to help you get the media outlets, right? I saw you had Impress Juice here. Also, I know Rockham came and gave socks. So what was it like Chick-fil-A was another one, right? What was it like to have these people in your community come out and help push your goal?
Yeah, it was something special just to see the community that I put into just give right back to me. And it was also one more sponsor, One Heart Matters. And when I was in high school at Edgewater, we made over like 1,500 peanut butter and jelly jam sandwiches for the community. It was called Peanut Butter and Jelly Jam, and we did that. And the owner of it, she actually came back and donated snack bags to all the kids, and so they all got that. So it just show you, like, even something little as that I did in 10th grade, 5-6 years later, it's like it all paid off. And you know, the community showed love. The media came out. Antonio Tarver came out. My family and just people from all over the city in Florida was here. Like, people got hotel rooms, you know what I mean, to make sure that they were at the camp so they didn't have to travel back and forth. So it just showed you how important it was, not only to the community, but to the kids that was here. They was serious about it. All the kids, they put in work. It was something. It was something crazy. And this heat and everything, they was sweating. They was tired. But I told them it wasn't no babysitting session.
Yeah, you definitely made that announcement prior to the camp. You definitely made them know. But with that, you said the peanut butter jelly jam. Is that a little bit of a? Can we consider that foreshadowing for the future? Right? Is that something that? I mean, your birthday's in November. We have Thanksgiving in November. Is that something that you feel like, listen, man, you're one that you always give back.
Oh, yeah.
Right? November is, we know, Thanksgiving. And with this new foundation that you have started, I feel like, I mean, we can have our own peanut butter jelly jam. You know what I mean? Like,
let's do it.
Something that we're definitely giving back to the homeless and giving back to people that are in need for that time of the season. And I know you're one that you always want to make people feel included.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially when it comes, man, I remember we were in New York one time. I love telling this story.
Yeah.
We were in New York one time, and we're just walking down the street, and you see a homeless individual, and you're just like, man, let's go in this bagel shop real quick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You grabbed him a bagel, you waited, paid for it, everything came back out, gave it to him. And in a city like New York, so many people are on the go and don't really pay attention to the things that are going on around them.
Right.
So you taking the time to actually do that and make sure that he was at least fed, that right there, I was like, nah, this man is different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Appreciate you. I saw him, it was just crazy because I just saw him digging in the trash can, and it was just like, people, like you said, people walking past him. And I was just like, I just wanted to walk up and talk to him, like, you good? And he was just like, just something to eat will help. Didn't ask for no money. I'm like, you know what I mean? Come on, let's get you something to drink. You good? That just always been the type of person I am, even since a kid, like I said. So, yeah, man, just implementing people and making sure people are good is just what I do.
So I feel like that's another perfect segue, right? In the sense of like how you like to implement or rub off on people your characteristics. So what did you see in those 2 days out of those kids that they took out of the camp that you implemented into them?
I saw happiness. I saw skills being developed from day 1 to day 2. I saw hard work. I saw discipline. I saw focus. And and the kids gave me their all. It's like you had people from so many different ages, so many different levels, but it's like the work that they put in and the energy that I gave them, it was the same from the relay racing to the mid work to the drills to the pivoting to the learning the basic punches. You know what I mean? And it was just some special to have my coaches, my team, to be involved in my first Dream in Motion camp. And like I said, it was just something special to see the kids put in work, and I just see myself in a lot of them, and hopefully get the next either national champion, Olympian out of them. And they saw 2 Olympians in one building, 2 Olympic bronze medalists in one building right here from Orlando, Florida. That's something, and that happened 24 years later. So it's like, I feel like something like that can put a seed in somebody to happen sooner, the next Olympics or the Olympics after that. So it's like, I want them to exceed better than me, and if I can plant a seed to do that, that's all I need.
I feel like a lot of people take that, may and correct me if I'm wrong, may take that for granted that not only that you are an Olympian, but having two in one specific location and be able to tell their story of their trials, their errors, you know what I mean, trials and tribulations, what they went through and how they got to where they are and how they continue to shape what this sport is, right? Because you're the future, right. And everything you do moving forward is going to help not only the generation before you, but shape the sport that you're in. Mm-hmm. So I say that to say, what would you think young Omari would say looking at you now, right? Especially with doing this camp and how you're going about being a professional.
Yeah. Young Omari, just to say, wow, like, just be amazed just to see the growth, see the hard work that was put in. It's like a lot of it is not going to happen overnight, and it didn't happen overnight. 14 years to be where I am right here. Take a long time and take a lot of work, a lot of lonely nights, but you're going to get there. I promise you that. So that's what I tell myself, and that's how I look at myself right now is you did it, you came a long way, but you got an even longer way to go.
And with that, right, like you saying that you still have so much more to accomplish, which, I mean, I always say that you're a legend at 22. You know what I mean? You've done so much. If you decide to retire now, it's like your accomplishments have stacked upon each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you being a leader now, how does that feel? Not only for you, right, little young Omari, but of course your community. How does that shift feel? Because prior to going into the Olympics, right, I feel like you still are trying to prove yourself. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a great boxer, and I know the sport, and I can teach so many people. But now the shift is here, and it's like, no, you're a leader. People see that. People want to be like you, want to fight like you, want to get to where you are right now, right? You want to help them surpass you. So how is the feeling of being a leader weigh on you?
I feel like I take it and use it as motivation. It's like I take the weight, you know, and just implement it into my life. I'm a leader now. I'm showing them the way. I'm showing them how to get there, what to do, just by little things. It's like something simple as the kids texting me on Instagram, or something simple as them coming to a camp and me speaking life into them that you can do it. It's like I have to be cautious on certain things that I'm doing because I know that the kids are looking at me. Oh, okay, Omari's he's running, he's in the gym, he's eating right. Just simple things like that. The kids is like, okay, I want to follow his steps. He went to nationals. I don't need to turn pro before my time. You know, just little things like that. And if they follow my blueprint and follow my story, go get my book, The Journey of an Olympian. They'll know a lot of my trials and tribulations that I went through because it didn't come overnight.
Which I feel like is extremely important, right? Because we see a lot of athletes that don't consider themselves role models, but it's just the fact that you're thrown into positions that you become role models.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Without even wanting to be. So you have individuals that not only follow you, but individuals that look up to you, and you have to set the precedent for them. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like you said, from things that you post or what you wear or like how you carry yourself or the due diligence you do behind the sport in order to excel forward.
Absolutely.
So I feel like you're doing a great job at that. You know what I mean? And and I'm gonna say it again, bro. You're shaping a whole new era of boxing.
Yeah.
Right. You're shaping a whole new era of sports and how the athlete carries themselves.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
They think that boxers have to come from this, you know, crazy background and have to have a crazy story.
Which,
you know.
I mean, I feel like people don't know your story, but it's not like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. No, I get what you're saying.
You're trying to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want people to be like, he grew up in Beverly Hills. You know what I mean? Like I don't want people to get that misconstrued.
Yeah.
Like, not saying that you a thug.
Right.
But the fact that, no, I picked the route I wanted to go.
Yeah.
Because you easily could have been swayed either way depending
Absolutely.
on your mindset.
Right.
You picked the route you wanted to go.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And you stuck to that.
Oh yeah.
So that's why I'm like, don't get it twisted now.
I got you.
He's still, my brother made it out the trenches, the mud. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want people to get it misconstrued.
Yeah, no, I got you. But yeah, I just want to, like I said, give a big thanks to my parents and my family who kept me grounded, who supported me, all my coaches, mentors, you. And I just kept my team close. And, I put the work in, but they helped me get to these places because everybody had to sacrifice. Everybody. So, yeah.
So, reflecting back, right? What do you feel like, of course, we spoke on being a leader now, but what do you feel like this camp taught you about you specifically? You know what I mean? I feel like you did touch on a lot of facts of what young Omari felt, how you are a leader now, and how you help shape the community, help shape the next generation. But diving deep, right? Like, what do you feel like this camp taught you about you?
I feel this camp taught me I can be a potential coach. I could be a potential coach.
Yeah.
I know a lot of the ins and outs of boxing and what judges want to see in the amateur, and I'm now shifting into the pros. So it's like I have both, and somebody that experienced it, the technique, and so many different styles that I fought in the amateur game. It's like I have a lot of game to give to these students and future students that I may have. So I feel like I can coach. It was times where we had to take a lot of breaks. My dad and my coach was like, man, you gotta tone it down. They ain't ready for this.
They're not Olympic athletes. Yeah.
So it's like just showing that I have what it takes to be a coach as well. And maybe one day start my own gym. That's not in the plan right now. Of course, I want to get my career off the ground, but in the near future, for sure.
Set that up.
Yeah.
Was there a moment in the camp where maybe you saw a kid or you heard something or you felt like something specific from a kid that you were like, damn, this is really happening?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that reflection moment that there's 50, 60 kids in here, this really happening. Like,
absolutely.
What moment was that for you, if you could recall it? If not, then was there like a series of events?
Yeah, I think it was really the moments when I was the one actually in the ring hitting the mitts. It was just like, okay, like
like you when you was holding them?
When I was holding the mitts.
Got you.
When I was holding the mitts for the kids. All right, next one up, let's go. It's like y'all saw me hyped out. I'm in there. I'm hyped just like they is. So it was just crazy for me to just see the lights and the excitement and the kids, and they coming off of my energy. So if I'm yelling like, let's go, we on to the next one up, and it's like I bring that energy, so they feeding off me, and that's that moment. I was like, wow, like this is happening.
That's fire.
And then my coach was on the bag, and then we had different stations. We had different coaches doing it because it was just kids, and I couldn't just focus on one. So we wanted to make sure that each kid had a good certain amount of attention, and I think we did a great job at that.
How do you feel like you want to, and of course, reflection period, how do you feel like you want to grow this specific camp and the entity which is your foundation? What other things do you want to do within the community, as well as how to elevate the camp that we just did now?
Yeah, I want to continue starting out with the community. Like we said earlier, throw our own peanut butter and jelly drum. Continue to do backpack drives, which we gave kids backpacks afterwards to go to school with. Just events, maybe a toy drive, and when it comes to camps, we may have to, split up into 2 groups next time, just so we can maximize and reach out all kids. Maybe 50 in this class and then 50 in the next class, just so that I can be able to reach more and more kids, because we had to limit kids and, like we said, cut kids off because the gym, we wouldn't know where to put kids.
For sure.
It's like maybe split them up next time and have it a bigger turnout and reach as many kids as possible. That's the whole goal.
With you doing this camp, and of course the camp and always is community in my mind, right? With hearing you say that you got the the rush of adrenaline and the excitement from holding those mitts.
Yeah.
Would you ever be considered, or would you consider actually throwing a skills clinic for specific kids? I know it's probably like early, right, within your career, but would you consider like, nah, I want to bring the kids that really want to fight in and like hone in on certain things that maybe I didn't see at this age that they can see? You know what I mean? Maybe like for one day, something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like that's something that would be great because it may be something that their coach may be missing that I see. And you just always need a different look and a different insight, especially with someone like me. You know, my coaches in the gym, they call me a perfectionist. I want to make sure everything is good and perform, but it's really, we can't really be perfect in each fight or each session. So we want to make it look as good as possible and make sure that all techniques is down. Teaching them Olympic boxing, teaching them how to win in the amateur game, ring generalship. So that could be coming sooner than people may think.
That sounds like a great idea. I love that. So I feel like we touched a lot on the camp itself, right, and in your life as well, but the foundation, right? What was the mindset when wanting to start the foundation, right? Because the camp is only a small part of what the foundation is as a whole.
Right.
So what was your mindset for wanting to start the Omari Jones Dollar and the Dream Foundation?
Yeah, so it basically, like I said, when we started out with that conversation of what you want outside of boxing, it was just like, okay, yeah, you can do one with boxing, but then it was other ideas come into play. Like we said, we can do mentor events, throw little summits, continue, like I said, continue to throw backpack drive and turkey drive, just feeding, you know what I mean, feeding people, keeping my community involved. And like they say, I'm the people's champ. So it's like the people's champ gotta always be with the people and make sure that I'm showing love and I'm continue to inspire. And it's nothing better than somebody coming up to me on a random day, just like, you know, you showed out for the city, you did what you were supposed to. And then that love, they all come to my fight and show out to my fight.
Yeah.
So like I said, what you put in, you definitely gonna get out, and that's in anything.
What made you this way, right? Because we talked about, of course, the camp, we talked about the story in New York, and of course you mentioned briefly that you've been like this since a child, but I feel like some of these things are learned, but I feel like you may have been born with this, right?
Yeah.
What made you this way? Because everybody's not like this, bro.
Yeah.
It's not normal, but it's amazing.
Right. I feel like just seeing it growing up, what my parents, what they did to sacrifice, like I said, they nearly sometimes went into debt to get me to these amateur tournaments. Seeing my mentors, like I said, from elementary school, I was involved in community events, shipping out soap to Africa and things like that. So it's like, oh, I gotta continue this. This just can't be a one-stop shop. You do it for this time. It just when we talked about planting seeds, that seed was just planted into me at a young age, and it continued to now. I have to be involved in my community. And Muhammad Ali, he made the famous quote of like, being involved in your community, that's your rent that's due here on earth.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So we spoke about a lot, right? We went over the camp, the foundation, a little bit of your life. But to kind of wrap everything up, right, as we come to an end, if a kid, sponsor, parent is watching this right now, right, what would you want them to know about what you just built and what you are building with your foundation?
With this camp, I felt like I built the future of boxing. I honestly feel that way. It was a lot of young, hungry fighters that was in here, and I can just see the fire in their eyes, and they want to be where I am and even surpass me. So it's like, I'm going to continue to implement and put a lot of energy into them on their technique next year when we have another camp or clinic. And it's just going to be a continuation. I feel like this is not going to be the end of the Dream in Motion camp. And when we talk about the Omari Jones Dollar and a Dream Foundation, it's all about community involvement. Any way or form that we can make a positive impact on Orlando and Orange County, Seminole County, wherever, we're going to make that happen. And that's speaking for me and the Omari Jones Foundation staff. We're going to make Orlando a better place.
No, I love that, bro. I feel like that message spreads throughout everything that you've said in this interview, you know what I mean, in this little meeting, in this time. You've hit on every point, and I feel like, lastly, for all of the parents and supporters, sponsors, and kids, and everybody that showed up and helped, like, what do you want to say? What do you want to leave them with?
I want to say everybody was a big part of making this a success. Everybody from the Omari Jones Foundation staff to the School of Hard Knocks boxing team and coaching staff to the sponsors that donated and the parents, y'all sacrificed making sure that your kids was here, and the kids showed up, they showed out, and I just want to say I love you all, and this won't be the end. This won't be the end, I promise you that. Part 2, see y'all next year.
Appreciate you, bro.
Thank you.
Thank you, bro.